Hola mis, ¿qué tal? I'm Sierra LaFay, bienvenue a mi canal. This is going to be another super quick video of tips for specifically heat trained hair, of how to grow it long, strong, healthfully, and most importantly, quickly. Bueno, nada más a decir, pero vamos a empezar. Tip number 1, don't put heat on your hair more than once a week. Once a week, I've learned personally for my hair is fine. For other people it may be different, but you don't want to hit your hair with a flat iron more than once because that will definitely cause damage to your hair. And if I can be completely honest with you guys, at times I do have a hard time with putting heat on my hair more than once. Sometimes I do put it on there twice, depending on if I slept funny or if I just didn't take the time to wrap my hair. But you do want to make sure you try to minimize the damage as much as possible with the heat, and that's best done by not putting heat on your hair more than once. Tip number 2, what I kind of just mentioned, is making sure that you wrap your hair every single night. This helps prevent single strand knots, and it helps to preserve your straightened hair a lot longer, and it helps that where you don't have to do heat touch-ups. And to be honest with you guys, I just learned recently how important wrapping your hair is when it comes to preserving the style, because it really preserves the style for you, and I feel like it's an absolute must if you're trying to grow your hair out, because again, it'll help you not consistently put heat on it. It even helps with the ends of your hair. It is actually closer to your root, and the root in your scalp helps produce oils, and the oils from your scalp makes it to your ends because it's right there. But yeah, wrapping your hair is very important. My next tip, I always talk about this tip with you guys, but it's moisture, but not only moisture from the outside but from the inside. I always notice the difference in my hair growth when I'm eating a very healthy diet and when I'm drinking a lot of water. And when I eat really poorly, it's like my body is struggling trying to get the nutrition that it needs, and the last thing it's gonna give nutrition to is my hair, because the rest of my body needs it more than that. So when I'm actually eating a balanced diet and food that's very good for me, it will give my body the nutrition that it needs, and then it'll send the rest up to my hair. But also making sure that I have quality moisturizers. I always swear by the Mizani H2O cream. I'll have it linked down below. I feel like it's the best moisturizer that actually moisturizes my hair very well, and it doesn't cause it to revert. And then on top of that, I like to put some avocado oil just to add an additional moisture and also seal the moisture that I've just put on there. My next tip for growing heat trained hair is getting a good heat protectant. The one I have recently discovered that I really like is the Tresseme Keratin. It has a really nice smell, and I noticed that it helps keep my hair stronger. But when you're putting a lot of heat on your hair due to heat training, you want to make sure that you have a really good quality heat protectant. My next tip is actually keratin, and to me, keratin is phenomenal for heat trained hair. Keratin helps to maintain the hair in a straightened state once you straighten it, so you don't have to consistently touch it up with a flat iron, and the hair is keratin itself, and it loves keratin. You can't have too much of it, so when you put more keratin onto your hair, it just makes it stronger, shinier, healthier. I have a few videos that I've done about the keratin. Be sure to check them out in my heat trained hair playlist. And then my last tip for growing heat trained hair specifically is to actually take breaks from the heat. I find it kind of funny that people try to rush through this process of heat training your hair because you really just want it to be easier to manage. But you have to heat train slowly, and even in the process of you slowly heat training your hair, you still want to take breaks during this process to make sure that you aren't damaging your hair. So I usually like to take breaks in the summertime. This summer was a little different, but generally in the summer I like to take breaks 3 months, and then sometimes throughout the rest of the year I may take a month break off and just do a protective style. But take a break from the heat, just like I feel like with people who wear their hair natural. The majority of the time, it's okay to take a break from wearing your hair constantly in its curly state and going ahead and straightening your hair, because it helps with trimming, it helps with minimizing single strand knots, etc. So yeah, those are my tips. If you learned something new from this video or this helps you out any type of way, please give me a thumbs up, because it helps me a whole lot, and it helps me to see the type of content you guys actually want to see from me. You can also leave me a comment down below of which tip stood out to you the most, or if you have any additional tips that you'd like to share. I also just want to take a second and just say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing, watching, commenting, liking.
You the real MVP.
Vale, venga, hasta el video próximo. Assalamu alaikum.
I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.